friends, welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our life and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth, because it's our lives. And personally, I'm encouraging you daily to live your life, enjoy your life, because it's your life. You were born to live, explore, and enjoy life. So you have to live this life naturally. Nature is eternal. Nature is perfect. Nature is everlasting. Nature cannot be created and nature cannot be destroyed. And we are part of that nature. So see yourself as perfect. If anybody tell you nobody is perfect, tell them minus me. They're speaking about themselves. If you know yourself, because that's very important aspect of knowledge or level of knowledge. The highest level of knowledge is knowledge of self. Stop believing in yourself. Telling you to believe in yourself is wrong. That's part of societal and the religious bullshit. You believing in what you don't know. That's what it means. Whatever you believe, you don't know that thing. When you know yourself, you don't believe in yourself. You do what works for you. You follow your nature. You walk in your path. Your nature is your path. That is the only path you can walk and be successful in life. If you are walking in other people's path, which is what you do by faith or by belief in spirituality, in religion, you're walking on the path. Somebody else say, okay, this is what I found, this is the way you should go. If you don't go this way, it will not work. No. We are different when it comes in nature. What works for somebody else may not work for you. We have different paths. We have different, although we are in the universe, we are part of that nature, but we have our paths, just our faces are different, right? Remember, we used to pray that, oh, my father used to use that in prayer. Oh, you say, oh God, my father always pray with that line. So that's in nature. Yeah, we are in nature together, but we have our paths. I used to speed up, like whenever I'm driving, I see another car, like, okay, let's say I'm driving my Infinity, and one Toyota just passed me. You know, it's not Lexus, it's not all this luxurious car. I will be like, I will show that guy that I'm driving a big car. Boom! I was young at that time. So you see me, boom. So I found out the person I'm trying to overtake, I'm trying to show that, you know, I have a bigger car or something like that. He just take the next exit to wherever he's going, to his destination. We don't have the same destination. But remember, I almost have a road rage with this guy. Or maybe I would have gotten an accident. And that's what happened to us in life. The accidents we are having, the rage we are having, the unnecessary suffering we are having because we are not walking in our path. So welcome to the Woke Nation, where I'm trying to show us how to walk in our path. And it's very simple. Engage your brain. Use your brain. Judge. Anyone that tell you don't judge is limiting you. So that's why I titled this, What is Limiting Us? You can post it as a question or just as a statement. Like, what is limiting us? I want to show us what is limiting us. Or what is limiting us? If you have your own, you can tell us what is limiting us as a people. Remember, most of my message are for my brethren, Africans, wherever they are, black people everywhere, my people. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about white people. I'm not talking to white people. Okay, so you understand. Does that mean I hate white people? No. I speak fast about them. When it comes to them, I also talk to them about them. Okay, so what is limiting us? I want to show us what is limiting us, but let me use the Bible. So welcome to Bible study or Bible school. Welcome to Bible study, Bible class. So we try to open our eyes using the Bible. Then for those of us, our eyes already open to encourage us. That's what I do. So we keep growing in knowledge. All right. So Genesis chapter 11, from verse 1 to 6. So I will read it with a contemporary English version. He said, at first, everyone spoke the same language. He did not say at first everyone had God. It did not say at first everybody was spiritual. It did not say at first everybody had religion. People had no religion. People had no spirituality. People weren't saying, "Oh, there is God in me. Oh, there is God in there. There is God." No. At first, everyone spoke the same language, which is nature. Natural. We are living humanly. That's the way we speak the same language. What you are, I am. So at first, everyone spoke. With knowledge made people corrupt to say that people moved from the east and settled in Babylonia. You know Babylon. Oh, Babylon must fall. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. All those Rastafarians, all that bullshit. He said, they said, let us build a city with a tower that reaches to the sky. We will use hard bricks and tar instead of stone and mortar. We will become famous and we won't be scattered all over the world. They were speaking to themselves. That is the wisest thing for people to do. They weren't speaking to any God. They weren't consulting any God. They weren't talking about spiritual world and no, they were talking about their real world, real life. They say, come, let us build, let us make, let us do this, let us do this, so that we will become famous. What shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? No man have any soul to lose. You don't have any soul to lose, no. Soul is imaginary bullshit. The real soul is you, is nature. The real soul, the real spirit is physical. Any invisible soul, invisible spirit is a lie. If you cannot see that soul, it's a lie. If you cannot see that spirit, it's a lie. So when they say, there's a spirit in you, the soul, your soul, ask them, where is the location of that spirit or soul in you? They say it's in the heart. No. The heart, the only thing in the heart is blood. There is no soul in the blood, in the heart. There's no spirit in the heart. It's a metaphor. So it's a metaphor. It's not the truth. Speak what you know. Call things what they are. So stop basing your life or your belief or your knowledge on idiomatic expression. Verse 5. Hear what he says. Remember, these people did it and they built it, right? But when the Lord came down to look, the Lord representing the Arabs and the Europeans, those who invaded Africans. But when the Lord came down to look at the city and the tower, he said, these people are working together. Do you hear that? These people are working together because they all speak the same language. They are humans. Now, some of them were not saying, I am spiritual. This one say, I'm religious. Then this one say, I am humanist. No, all of them were human beings, people, speaking one language, doing one thing, planning what to do, and achieving it. These people are working together because they all speak same language. This is just the beginning. Soon, so when they say in the beginning, God created, no, this is just the beginning. It's man that created God in that beginning. He says soon they will be able to do anything they want. They cannot be limited. They cannot be restrained. They cannot be stopped. He said very soon they'll be able to do anything they want. This is the life we're supposed to be living. We're supposed to be working together as a people. We're supposed to be working to make things real. For you to make things real in the real world, you have to be real to yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to come to yourself. You are natural. You are not spiritual. You are natural. You are not religious. You are natural. You are carnal. You are physical. You are not spiritual. That's so as a people, if you know the true history of Africa, black people, spirituality is the principal cause of our fall, our downfall as a people. Spirituality is the main cause of our limitation as a people. We weren't limited until spirituality came. We begin to limit ourselves, begin to talk about life after death. There's a place ancestors go, there's a place you go for judgment, all that. We started all that bullshit before the Arabs and the Europeans came and they forced us to embrace the one they copied and they messed around from us. Believing in God, fear of the unknown, that's what really begin to bring us down. So number one thing that brings that cause our limitation is spirituality. Many of you Africans, we hate to hear that. Many of you black people, we hate to hear that. Many of you that say you are spiritualists, you will hate to hear this. Spirituality. Tell me one thing you can achieve in reality with spirituality. Just one. You say, oh, in spirituality you understand nature. No, the only way you can understand nature is through studies. Study. Begin to study, experiment, all that. You begin to find out. Sometimes you fail until you get it. Study, not spirituality, not spiritual. You say in spirituality you know nature. For you to gain knowledge of anything, you have to go after that. That's to study, to explore it, or to ask questions about it. Try to find out. You have to do research on them. Learn from the scientists. What they don't figure out, what like the coronavirus, the vaccine, how do they begin to do research to find the vaccine to at least to treat it? That's how you learn things. That's how you gain knowledge. That's how you know things. For you to know anything about the universe, about nature, you have to study it. You have to learn it. You have to spend time, research it, search for it. You go after it. But when you begin to believe nonsense about spirituality, you begin to believe, oh yeah, it can be a gift, it can be given. You say, oh, this person, the ancestors gave him a special gift. No, that person was and is, it will be. Some of the people you see, you give them radio, they did not go to any school, any training. They begin to fix it. In their past life, they were maybe engineers and all that. Like if Steve Jobs reincarnates, he will be a genius in all this thing he did before he died in this world. But they miseducated you, they taught you nonsense. You begin to believe in spirituality. But in the things, in your time of need, you're supposed to learn what help you. Is this spirituality or natural things? It's natural things. There's some sickness or disease they say is incurable. But through nature, herb and the roots, they cure it. There is no force greater than nature, my people. Stop embracing spirituality. It's nonsense. It's BS. Spirituality, simple definition of spirituality is African belief system. It has nothing to do with, oh yeah, no. And it's a shameful thing for you Africans or black people to be learning about spirituality from the Indians or other race. No. Your ancestors are the one that started the spiritual stuff. As somebody says, he said we were obsessed with life, not with death. But it's in spirituality they begin to talk about death. And they wrote a book about it. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, as they call it. The Africans did not call it the Book of the Dead. They call it the Book of Rising in the morning or rising in the day, like that. So it's white people that call it Book of the Dead, because that's where it tells you that death is an illusion. When they research about death, they give it all because our ancestors had extraordinary wisdom, extraordinary knowledge. Their mind was working that when they built something, they say it was God that built them. No. Our ancestors built the pyramids. They built the Sphinx, not with spirituality. They built it with knowledge. You cannot build anything without knowledge. He said the people were speaking one language. They understand one another. They understand mathematics. You cannot build anything without mathematics. They speak one language. They understand one another. They begin to work together. That's how they succeeded in building pyramids. That's what they tell you, the tower that reaches to the sky or to heaven. They're talking about the pyramids. They're talking about the great things, the great structures our ancestors built with science. But you believe, oh, it's with spirituality. Look at Africans who are practicing and believing in spirituality. Tell me what they are building. If not to be against them, work against themselves. So spirituality is like, I don't know, so I believe and preach it. It's these people that say that they are practicing spirituality, they are attacking religion. It's not the same thing. Christianity is spiritual nonsense. Islam, spiritual nonsense. Religion is an organized spirituality. Then spirituality is unorganized religion. It's African religion. Spirituality is African. Without Africans, there's no spirituality. They are the one that funded it. But they didn't build with spirituality. Spirituality is something maybe, you know, after the whole day job, you come back, people begin to tell stories. Yeah, you know, yeah, one God created that palm wine there. I was going on my own. The God said, look here, he put the palm wine that I drank, but he bought the palm wine. They were just using it to, you know, to amuse themselves. Then people begin to take it serious. That's what spirituality does. Spirituality is belief in the unknown, or fear of the unknown. And that's how people begin to create God. In the beginning, God created which God? Out of ignorance and fear, they begin to create God. Oh, God created this, God did that. No God created anything. Nobody has seen any God at any time. And some people say they are gods. No, you are not. You are limiting yourself. God is limitation. When you say you are God, you are limiting yourself. They put in the Bible, they say, I say, ye are gods. They're lying. How can ye be gods? All of you gods, no goddess. He did not say ye are gods and goddesses. That shows you say lie. And you see some people that say they are working, they are working, I am a God, I am God. Ye are gods. No, you are not. You are both gods. God cannot build anything. God is imaginary. God is a fairy. God does not exist. God is not real. God cannot speak. God cannot hear. God cannot see. God cannot do anything. But you can. You are above God. That's why their book said that their God is looking for a man to send. A man to. He said, who will go for us? He said, here I am. God cannot go anywhere. God cannot speak anything. It is people going for God. It's people speaking for God. It is people fighting for God. Somebody may hear what I'm saying. They get upset and they want to kill me. But God cannot do that. It is people, somebody that can do that. Somebody that is real. God is not real. God is fake. When you are speaking about spirituality, like is what you practice or what you believe in, you are spreading lies and ignorance. That's what you are doing. Stop spreading lies. Spread what will benefit people. Can you use spirituality to earn a living? No. Can you use spirituality to do anything worthwhile in life? No. It's only using it to show superiority or claim superiority or claim I am better than you, or I know more than you, I'm more than this. Even they are so confused, they don't know. If for anything to work in nature, you need natural force and negative force and positive force. That's natural, that's balance. But they will tell you, no, I don't need any negative vibration. No, you need it. Your life is made of positive and negative vibrations, or made of just, for you to know it's two parts, as you have left and right. You see, everything in nature is in twos. Everything that is real is in twos. If it's one, it's anti-nature. It's not what you're supposed to live by. Remember, I read in Bible last time, I think in 2 Corinthians, it said, as it is written, I believe, therefore I spoke. Believers don't speak what they know, they speak what they believe. I believe in God, so I preach God. I believe in heaven, so I preach heaven. I believe there is hell, so I preach hell. Have you seen God? No. Have you seen hell? No. Have you seen heaven? No. So how do you know they exist? It is written. Somebody wrote it, and you can write better one. Why are you living on what somebody wrote thousands years ago, hundreds of years ago, in the now? And some of you are still living nonsense. What your fathers that long time ago told you out of his own experience. You want to be living it today, ignoring your own experience. Or you are trying to marry it with your own experience, which creates confusion in your life. You are confused. You are not yourself. You want to live as your father wants and as you want. It cannot work that way. So these people are blind. They are blind, leading the blind. People that are talking about spirituality. Listen, I respect a lot of them, but when it comes to spirituality, you know, it's a belief. But the wise one among them will tell you it's a belief. There's nothing you can claim spiritually and prove it unless you're deceiving yourself and think everybody will join you in that circle of confusion or deception. No. The second thing that limits us is fear. And when I was a pastor, I used to preach that fear is the first agent that Satan will send. No, but everything comes from God. Fear of God is here. He said the fear of God is, so fear is from God. Fear God, fear God. I think they say it's in the Bible like 365 times in the Bible. The same Bible will tell you that fear has to do with torment. Yes, they will tell you, fear God, fear God. If fear torments people, and they tell you fear God, now you can see why believers are being tormented. The fear of what God will do to them, what God can do to them, what they will lose if they don't fear that God, if they don't respect that God, if they don't do the word of God, they don't do the will of God. They begin to live in that fear and it's tormenting them. So you see them wasting their time and the money and the resources in the name of God. I fear God, so I give to this criminal common of God. I fear God, so I go to church. I fear God, so I give alms. No. I have my own money. You can't tell me how to spend it. You can't tell me if I don't give to that person, anything bad thing will happen to me. Fuck you. And why should you say God will use me to give somebody? Why can't God give to that person directly? If that God is real. That's to show you that God is not real. And you're living in fear of that God. It limits you. When you fear God, you limit yourself, you curse yourself, and you praise God. Oh, I bless God. But you don't bless yourself. I thank God. You don't thank yourself. You did something. Why? You don't even thank yourself. Say, no, I don't want to take the glory. All glory must go to the Lord. Huh? But when something bad happens, you share the blame between you and the Satan. Fear. People are too afraid to question. That's what fear does. Too afraid to investigate. Too afraid to judge. No, I don't judge anybody. No, die, get out. So long your brain is working, you must judge. Judging others, judging things shows your brain is working. Every working brain investigate, judge, ask questions. That's what makes it a working brain. And that's why little children, when they shut them up, because they don't want them to think, they don't want them to use their brain, they shut up. Because their brain is, little children see what you are doing, they begin to question you. You say, no, shut up, you are too little to ask me such questions. That's how they succeeded in making life miserable for us. Because we started asking questions immediately we were born. We weren't believers. We were asking critical questions. They say, shut up. How old are you? Why are you? You don't know. They didn't teach us about sex. Most of us, we learn sex from ourselves, watching movie or hearing from other people. Our parents didn't teach us about sex. You know how you started fucking. Your parents didn't tell you that. But what is wrong? We're supposed to be watching our parents having sex. It's a natural thing. Don't you see how they must do this something? There's that video. I think I shared it in our WhatsApp group. Somebody said a woman that just put to bed, no, not just put, but the baby is there. So instead of leaving the baby to be crying, the woman have the baby while she was having sex with her husband. Some people that they are waking. I know why I shared that video. They say, no, yeah, it's good to have the but that little baby there is no. Why not? Why not? But when that little baby asks, how did I come into being? He said, God gave you to me. Oh, I vomited you in the hospital. You wouldn't even tell the baby the truth. It is through sex. You see this thing you have, this is a gear, this vagina. If penis go inside and put, there is water, natural water. If you put it inside, you're gonna go get pregnant. And you show him picture too, or show her picture too. That's how it's supposed to be. But this fear of God make us, instead of us to question things, we shut up. Okay. Who are we to question God? Who are somebody said, gone so soon. Is that somebody that died in their family? Who are we to question the Almighty God? He knows better. He knows the best. You are stupid. How can you say, how are you to go? Who are you to question God? But then you are the one to give him praise, to give him thanks. If you cannot question God, then don't believe in God. If you believe in God but they cannot question God, guess what you are? Sheep. That's stupid idiot. Or as they define Christian, congenital idiot. That's what you are. When you have fear, you have that fear not syndrome. You begin to be in you, develop in you. And it will make you begin to behave like a crazy person. When somebody makes sense, you say, no, it doesn't make sense. You must God. How dare you speak against God? How dare you speak against my religion like that? Because you are living in that fear of God. It also creates self-doubt. All glory must go to God, not me. I'm nothing without God. I'm nothing without Jesus. I'm nothing without the angel. I'm nothing without my ancestors. That's bullshit. You are doubting yourself. Doubt is great, but doubt things that people are bringing in your way, not yourself. You're supposed to know yourself. When you know yourself, you will not doubt yourself, because when you know yourself, you will not put any God above you, within you, or around you. You will trash every God. Fear of God will create that self-doubt in you, which is self-hate also. I am nothing without God. More of you, less of me. You are cursing yourself and praising that God. Stop it. The third thing that limits us is faith. F-A-I-T-H. Faith. Believe in the unknown. What you don't know, you believe is true. What you don't know, you believe it exists. Then when somebody comes to make sense to you, say, why you believe? Say, must you know everything? Do you know everything that exists? Somebody said, can you see the wind? I say, yes. But that's not where he was going to. Because he believed there is God. So you cannot see the wind, you cannot see God. So is the wind the God now? He said, no, God created the wind. Faith in the unknown. That's why people believe in fiction as the truth. Believe in allegory as the truth. Believe in myth as the truth. Believe in cosmology as the truth. Whatever other people say, this is what I studied and find out, they believe without knowing. So they tell you, blessed are those who did not see but believe. No. Bereaved are they, that's brain dead, are those who did not see yet believe. You tell me something exists, that means you're supposed to know that it exists. How do you know something exists or what you say exists? You show it, you prove it. Okay, you say, I cannot see you, God, but this God can use you. He can do all things. Okay, let that God show up and at least say that what you are saying is true. Your God cannot show up. A God that can do all things. He said, with God, all things are possible. He cannot show up. That's the simplest thing a God's supposed to do, to show up, just as I show up. I always show up, right? If not for Nigeria Network, I can show up every minute online. Wherever I am, you can see me. Even at this moment, you are using smart technologies. It's no longer only books and going to temple. You have smart technologies. You see them doing live streaming now. Yet you cannot see God with your smartphone. God cannot text with you. God cannot video chat with you. God cannot audio talk with you. And you still saying you have any iota of part of your brain working. You are stupid as a religious person. You are stupid as a spiritual person. You say your ancestors, where are they? They cannot communicate with you? You say, no, they are speaking to me. They are not. It's the voice in your head. You have mental problem. You need to stop it. Don't live by faith. Faith is fake. You cannot get anything. You cannot use faith as evidence in any serious thing. But they tell you faith is evidence of things, not sin. Huh? Substance of things, not sin. Evidence of things. No, it's not. Evidence of things, hope for. Oh, I hope for something. I have faith. I hope I will be a millionaire tomorrow. Okay. Are you a millionaire now? Many people like you have gone to their grave without experiencing everything or anything they believe that is theirs. I believe it. I claim it. I'm a child of faith, man of faith. You are not. You are limiting yourself. When you say you are living by faith, you are living a fake life. Look at all the ministers of God, ministers of faith. They are living fake life. That's why they tell you that their God is taking care of them, yet they're taking your money from you. And you keep going to them, believing it's true. No, it's not. Stop living by faith. Stop believing in parables. It's parable. You have different meaning, you have another meaning. Not that thing they're saying. That's why you have to digest whatever you hear. Learn how to digest informations. If you don't know how to digest information, you'll be carried away by all this conspiracy theory going on. Oh, COVID-19 is a pandemic. It's not real. Oh, one time they kill us. They want to kill us again. Idiots. They don't want to kill you no more. They don't do weapon of mass destruction anymore. They have nuclear now. If they want to do that, you will know they will do that. They are doing mass deception. That's what they have now. They know they keep bringing children. They will keep deceiving them. So they are mentally enslaved. They don't need physical chains anymore to chain people down. But you're still living in the world. When they did that, oh, they use syphilis. That's chemical war too. But you that is living in that belief, why can't you ask yourself, why are we not attacking them too? Why are we not making our own thing too against them? Why are they the one making it? We're always running away. That's how we end up in West Africa today. See from where they chase us from. The place you call Arabia today, the place you call Middle East today. That's our original place. But see where we are today in West Africa. Running away from them. And they keep chasing us. Even in there, they are still the one controlling us. Everywhere we go. They have all the weapons, we don't. Stop believing in things that people wrote. No matter what they write, it's not the whole truth. It's hearsay. If including the things they write about you. You were doing this and they wrote it. Because you are the one that know the whole details. They don't. They only wrote what they observe, which is not the whole truth. But you know you need the whole truth to live by. The fourth thing, which is the last one I will share today, is faith. F-A-T-E. Many people believe in this nonsense. Faith. I think some people call it destiny. Destiny, I wanna rule my destiny. Destiny, I wanna rule my destiny. And they're living by faith. Oh, faith brought us together. It's a lie. No faith brought us together. Nature brought us together. We are together here naturally. It is somebody you like the way that person behaves. You begin to relate with that person. Nothing brings you together. It's natural. And something can happen tomorrow. You leave that person. You don't say, oh no, it's me and you till death do us part. That's nonsense. Don't let faith blind you. F-A-T-E. Don't let it blind you. That's where you see all these sentiments coming from. You know, you can't do without family. Who said that? We all in the globe, in the universe, we are one family. You can born me this time, I born you next time. You see that? You don't want to know that. Because you want to believe, I believe this. Faith brings us together, faith this. No one is destined for anything. No one. No one is destined. You are not destined for, this one was destined to be president. This one was destined to be engineer. No. It's what they like to do or what they can afford. Your destination, determination. Your determination will prepare you to be successful or to success in anything you dare to know or do. You want to succeed in anything in this life, determination. Remember, I said these people are one, speaking one language, that which they determine to do, that which they propose to do, that which they imagine to do. They say, come, let us make, let us build. They did it. Then God get jealous. Say, come, let us go and confuse these people and stop them from building. Let us scatter them. Confusing them alone would have not stopped them from building, but they have to scatter them. That's only because you can confuse wise people for a while, but if they stick together, they will overcome that confusion and come back together. So they have to scatter them. East, west, north and south. They scatter us everywhere. And that's why we are trying to come back again. No matter how confused we are, we begin to wake up, begin to come together. Waking up is like coming together. As black people are waking up, as Africans are waking up everywhere in the world, they are coming together. They are coming together. Time is coming when majority of them wake up. Boom, boom. They will become one again, speaking one language, working together, doing whatever they want without any force stopping them again. Our slavery condition is not permanent. We are not people born to live by faith or on faith. No. We are people born to live, explore, and enjoy life naturally, using knowledge. What you determine to have, you will have it. What you determine to know, you will know it. What you determine to do, you will do it. That's why they were chaining us down, because they know once these people determine to do something, you cannot stop them. Listen, Africans. There is no limitation in nature. There is no limitation in nature. You know your own, I know my own. When we come together, we become almighty. Nobody is almighty. We are mighty. You are mighty, I am mighty. But when we come together, we become almighty. Whatever we dare to do, we will achieve it. Listen, you must have to force or attack nature to subdue it. You cannot subdue natural people. You have to force them. That's where they brought slavery. How did they bring slavery? Two things: war and religion. War and religion. They use it to submit men, and they use it to subjugate women. With war, they defeated men. They make men do what they don't supposed to do. They subdue men with war. Then with religion, they subjugated women. And look at where we are today. If you say you doubt it, your life is my proof. War and religion are used to subdue men and subjugate women. Remove war and religion today for humanity to thrive. If you want humanity to thrive, you must do away with war and religion. They are anti-nature. Where there is war, nature is destroyed. Where there's religion, nature is destroyed. War and religion are the viruses that destroys humanity. They are viruses that destroys nature. You must deal with them. Your life is example. If you are ex-Christian or ex-theist, you used to believe that, but now you don't believe anymore. You know how miserable your life were in faith, in religion, in spirituality. How confused your life were. But look at you now. You are knowing yourself, you are regaining yourself, and you're beginning to think for yourself. War promise you peace that doesn't exist. War. We are warring to bring peace. It's a lie. They are warring to possess, not to give you peace, to possess your possessions, to take from you, to steal from you. That's what they do. Africans didn't have war. We didn't have weapons of war. All the what we had is weapons for hunting. We weren't fighting among ourselves. We weren't betraying among one another. We weren't selling one another into slavery. There were no slavery. There was no slavery among us until the Arabs and the Europeans came. They are the one that introduced war and religion to us. Religion promises you freedom that doesn't exist. That's why you see people telling you today that peace is an illusion, freedom is an illusion. That's because they're still seeing it from the side of religion or spirituality or society that want you to believe nonsense against yourself. They promise you that, but they are lying to keep you in bondage. They are lying to keep you bound. They promise you peace, they will never give to you. They promise you freedom, they will never give to you. You are the one that will rise up. When you wake up, you begin to have that peace with yourself. And you begin to fight to free yourself and free others. Because freedom is not given. Peace is not given. You have to take it by force. Because they took it away from you by force. Wake up. I'm calling on you, I'm begging you or asking you to know yourself. It's very important. You are not a spiritual being. You are not a religious being. You are natural being. You are carnal being. You are physical being. There's no spiritual being. If you say there is spirit, that's you. It's not in you. You. I mean your body. This body you see is more than what they're telling you. This body can be the doctor you need. This doctor can be anything you need. And it doesn't perish. It goes and it comes back. Because it's nature. Nature cannot perish. They say, do our body perish? You know, my body don't perish. It get renewed. See how you bury anything you bury into the earth comes back again. Because that's your source. That's where everything is. The earth. Know yourself, educate yourself, engage your brain is very important. When you know yourself, when you educate yourself and begin to engage your brain, you will see how simple and dynamic it is to live humanly. You will no longer be moved by any spiritual thing. Look at me, nobody can come to me and be talking about spirituality and religion and you say, I've been under my, it's impossible. I can never do that. I said, talk something, use your head. You didn't come here spiritually. You didn't come here religiously. You came here naturally. You came here physically. So that's the type of conversation I want to have with you. Speak what you know, not what you believe. You are unlimited in nature. That's the last thing I want you to know. You are unlimited in nature. It's outside nature they begin to limit you. That's why they give you spirituality. That's why they give you religion. And that's why they give you government to govern you, to control you. And the only real God you can see today, wherever you are living, is called government. They can stop you from doing what you're supposed to do because they have to attack nature to subdue you. You are part of the nature. It is time you wake up to know yourself, educate yourself, engage your brain, and live humanly. Life is so beautiful. It's so great. God